Hello friends, welcome to the Group 7's case study presentation on the HDFC Bank. My name is Vikas. My teammates are Shiva Prasad, Ramanjnelu, Srikanth Reddy and Harish Devarshetty. Now let's look into the key facts. HDFC Bank became a private leading bank in August 2007 with maximum deposits of Rs 682 billion. There were about 5 types of banks in India by the end of March 2006. There are public banks, private banks, urban cooperative banks, regional, rural banks and foreign banks. By the phishing attack of June 2006, there was about 28% of the HDFC retail customers who are using online banking. As of March 2007, HDFC Bank had 10 million customers, which contains savings account holders as the largest category. HDFC introduced the online banking in 2001 after RBI set the rules for internet banking. Bank used adaptive risk modeling, that is risk management model used for especially for the online transactions. Among all the 9 frauds that occur worldwide regarding banks and some financial institutions, the phishing attacks are the most common. For providing security to the online banking, HDFC got signed with RSA especially for tracking phishing attacks. Information systems infrastructure proposed by the HDFC Bank contains 2 types of servers. The first one is authentication server and the second one is online server. HDFC has no legacy systems. Everything was state of art to deliver an awesome customer service. Cashless medium was on the high with 86% using ATM cards, 78% using debit cards and 65% using credit cards. The RBI made compulsory to route the large amounts of payments via real-time gross settlement system in March 2004. 20% of the HDFC online banking customers never done even a single online transactions. Mm, the 3 key issues we came across are: the first one is which server model is most appropriate for HDFC Bank for validation and transaction, on locations model, offsite model, which is hybrid cloud, or some other. The second one is how can we safeguard online banking customers from the phishing attack. And the last one is with cashless medium on the rise, how does HDFC provide a secure online environment, the convenience of internet and mobile banking. First key issue was now let's talk about the alternative course of action of for first key issue. To give a semi-site server model where validation and authentication at offsite and transaction at on location HDFC data center. To give an on-site model at its own particular data center, which is vital part of its LAN. To give an offsite model facilitated by third get together merchant for expense. To give a semi-site server model where verification and authorization at online transaction at offsite and transactions at on location HDFC data center. Let's talk about the pros. Can effortlessly screen the value based servers cloud server distinctive closures. The essential information can made secure as it will dwell at neighborhood arranged as it isolated from the cloud. This model gives high security to the information as they dwell at nearby data centers. The cons are data movement will be high, need efficient individuals for dealing with the server. Maintenance of such system in the middle of the bank and offsite is extremely troublesome. To give an on-site model at its own particular data center, which is vital part of its LAN, the pros are can improve the server all the more later on if necessary with high capacity. The centralized checking of servers is conceivable and remedies should be possible before failure event. We can easily achieve scalable with less additional expenses. Now let's talk about the cons. Uh, there will be all the more joining issues as the consistent bandwidth. Setting up the server environment will require immense budget. To give an offset model facilitated by third gate together merchant for expense. Let's talk about the pros of this thing, of this course of alternate course of action. Cost will be reduced as we can pay just what we utilize. Network integration will be high. The hardware setup can be effortlessly changed and utilized as needs be used when required and can be differentiated whenever when not required. The cons are there will be less proficient banking when server is down. Needs a different medium for corresponding in between bank and server of offsite. Entire information will be in cloud, that is on web. Thus, question emerges of information security safety. Recommended COA. To give a semi-site server model where validation and authentication at offset and transaction at on-site HDFC data center. Present days cloud computing turning out to be more mainstream as they oversee and keep an enormous application and open clouds. They can be effectively changed to any configuration when required, yet it is not safe to utilize open clouds for sensitive transaction as the same cloud and racks are utilized by numerous individuals. Thus, verification and approvals of client should be done and on cloud, and once the client points to of interest are checked, then should be transferred to the safe HDFC application server utilized for transactions. Here, the cloud server goes about as intermediary server, which diverts confirmed information. Now, let's talk about the second key issue. How can we safeguard online banking customers from phishing attack? Alternative CVO is or using anti-spam software which attempts to stop unsolicited and unwanted emails, conducting various security and privacy awareness programs to the banking customers for educating them on numerous types of phishing attacks that can occur over the internet, improving the system capability by installing anti-malicious software from phishing attack. Let's talk about the CVO evaluation. Using anti-spam software which attempts to stops unsolicited and unwanted emails. The pros are it removes all the extraneous emails from user mailbox. It offers email data security and privacy to the customers, filters unsolicited emails effectively, which are susceptible to the user. The cons are no accurate detection. Huge cost is incurred in the installation process of anti-spam software. COA evaluation. Conducting various security and privacy awareness programs to the banking customers for educating them on numerous types of phishing attacks that can occur over the internet. The pros are customer can gain knowledge in differentiating whether it is legal web page or not. Avoid in descending dangerous circumstances like loss of money. Be aware of vulnerable emails and phone calls that can cause an unknown attack. And the cons are incur huge cost in conducting various security and privacy programs and using anti-spam software which attempts to stop unsolicited and unwanted mail. The third COA evaluation was uh, is improving the system capability by installing anti-malicious software from phishing attack. The pros are it could intimate the customer for arriving the potential risk when searching for web pages. It may scan and scrutinize the customer computer carefully and completely for hidden malicious attacks. And the cons are customer needs to update the latest versions of anti-malicious software whenever required. If the customer fails to upgrade the software, then the customer may get affected from phishing attack. Purchasing an anti-malicious software is too expensive. The recommended COA is conducting various security and privacy awareness programs to the banking customers for educating them on numerous types of phishing attacks that can occur over the internet. Um, First of all, in order to tackle with phishing attacks, the banking customer must have proper awareness regarding numerous forms of phishing attacks and its effects. Once the customer knows about all types of phishing attacks, then later on customer can apply the defending techniques, gaining a knowledge on what is phishing attack and how can a phishing attack steal banking customer usernames, passwords, and credit card details are quite important than defending against the phishing attack. Thus, by knowing all the various types of online banking fraudulent activities, the customer can easily identify the unsolicited emails, links, messages, and calls, so that the banking customer can take appropriate decision like blacklisting or claiming the fraudulent activity. Now, let's talk about the third key issue. With cashless medium on this rise of, how does HDFC provide a secure environment and maintain the confidence of internet and mobile banking? The alternative course of action is creating different levels of access for the web and mobile applications to help the level of the access needed, only allowing the access levels to be changed at bank location. The pros are allows the traditional demographic to have full access. Each mode can do more than the next, allowing users to slowly become more adept. The cons are possibly more money to maintain, more complex to code, will cost more money upfront, inconvenient to the users to go to the bank to change the level of access. The second COA evaluation is creating partnership with the cell phone manufacturers and telecom providers to devise a method securely locking their mobile phones to their online bank accounts. The pros are reducing the likelihood of having mobile account hacked from phone or outside PC. gives newer sense of security to all demographics. The cons are not everyone has a mobile phone. Might might raise the price of the mobile phone or service. What if hackers find a way around? If a person loses their phone, then they have to deal with the higher levels of security. And the final CVO evaluation is using pattern and login analysis to detect attacks to accounts, devise the system so the online systems can after so many attempts lure the attacker into believing they have gained access. The pros are protects user, giving authorities more information to use to go after hackers, provide information and patterns to bank security. And the cons are the analysis and IT needs to make this happen could be costly, not an easily seen return of interest. Recommended COA, creating different levels of access for the web and mobile applications to help the levels of the access needed, only allowing the access levels to be changed at bank location. Reason, um, the need to make the site more user friendly to target different demographics is critical for continued growth. At the same time, we need to keep security access to read only accounts, then they are likely to move on to another target. At the same time, a good offense is a good defense. It is not enough to prevent a hacker from getting into account. If we waste their time and frustrate the intruder, perhaps they have quit altogether or move on to targets with less security. Thank you. We appreciate your time and effort. Have a good day.